to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 3, Chapter 106. We pick back up in Celophaeus, where Spiderwick, Baron Zolotov, General Gripper, and fancy-dressed Tima are high above Viscount Pietro Brellin's ballroom. In the catwalks, with ettercap and spider corpses and an ocean of webbing surrounding you. And it isn't only the corpses of the nightmares you just killed that you are taking in here. Blood and gore and difficult-to-identify fleshy bits are splattered all over the catwalk as far as the eye can see, which isn't too far right now. And looming above you, above the whole run of these catwalks, dangling from the ceiling are these great bundles of corpses, strung up and drained dry, 10 to 15 bodies at a time, all glommed together, looming over your heads, and dangling in the air in the vast open space in the middle of the room where the catwalk doesn't reach, more desiccated bodies, mostly lone corpses dangling in space by their ankles out there, hundreds of them. We're briefly catching our communal breath after the end of that last fight, and in the momentary, eerie hush, remember that there's a sound barrier between you and the party below, so it's creepily quiet, we find ourselves once again with the party half mad. Grip is freshly experiencing a mental breakdown between how the real world feels and how the dreamlands feel. How highly focused and structured and meditative his days as a sailor sit with him, and how fucking crazy and chaotic everything here feels. And the sight of these ettercaps made of the same nightmare dream stuff as the Tatterman, which is who originally drove him mad at the beginning of our tale, these have all thrust him into a state of minor delirium. His cognition and concentration are impaired, and thinking straight is feeling really challenging right now. And of course, Baron Zolotov is still deep in his fugy delusion, unable to parse the difference between dream and reality. Specifically, unable to remember which side of the coin he's currently on, and not fully able to process the stakes of what's happening because of that confusion about which side of the coin he's on. I said last time, Johnny, that the sanity damage that you just took knocked you out of dormancy, but I was wrong about that. By our modified rules, you still have the lower penalty to the will saves, but this will reset the everyone's favorite X days since sanity damage countdown clock. Plus, on top of that, both Grip and Victor have constitution damage from being bitten by a vampire. Good times.
Willingly.
Willingly. So, we know that there's at least one more ettercap out there, but because of the magical darkness, we can't see it. We heard some sounds down to the southwest outside of our range of vision, but that's about all we know. Let's review real quick what spells you all currently have going on, if anything has run out during the course of this fight. I know there was a bunch of buffing at the bottom of the ladder, and I need a little reminder of what everyone has going on here. We'll say haste is still going. It's another 5 rounds. So you got haste, you got mage armor, anything else for Tima?
Just being Tima, I got some DR.
Okay. What about Vic?
Vic has Expeditious Retreat, Haste, Shield, See Invisibility, and Dark Vision.
See Invisibility and Dark Vision. Okay.
And Gravity Gun would still be going on as well.
Dabwick?
Dabwick has Slate Skin and Blend, which are 10 minutes per level.
Great.
And Cat's Grace and Vermin Shape, which are 1 minute per level.
Still fine. Okay.
Haste is the only thing that's in question.
That's the only thing that's on the countdown here.
Yeah.
And the Gripper.
Just Constitution damage and Delirium. Those are the only buffs I have going on. And haste, of course.
All right, so because we still have haste going on and because Tima is still out playing, why don't we stick here in a loose initiative for a few rounds? I'm not going to worry about going in the order that we were in before in the fight. Let's just go in the order of how we ascended that ladder. So in that case, Dabwick in spider form, currently not on any of the catwalks, dangling in midair about 65, 70 feet above the floor, out in the giant spider webbing, in giant spider form. What do you want to do this round?
Where was the sound for the Ettercup? Was to the south?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Dabwick would want to make a beeline to that corner. just based on where the catwalk appears to converge.
All right, so Dabwick would, like a fucking spider,
Like a spider would.
dangling from the webs, go out like across 120-foot wide, vast open abyss. All right? So, because of haste, Dabwick, your climb speed as a spider is increased to 60 feet. So why don't you start taking your first move, and you'll see what you see as you get going. So Dabwick, you all watch Dabwick creeping and crawling out into the middle of the room, and about 50 feet or so into their first move, Dabwick, you catch sight of another nightmare ettercap. This one is on the opposite catwalk.
Oh, there it is.
You see it?
Yeah.
About 85 to 90 feet as the crow flies or the spider climbs from the party, but quite a long way around what's looking to be, can you tell this now? It looks like it's like a U-shaped catwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, it connects on the northern side, but doesn't seem to connect on the southern side. Go ahead, and since you now can see that,
The ettercaps treat that as difficult terrain.
they don't have the ability to climb out in it, and it is so filled with stuff. You know, basically, it looks like it won't be able to do the shooting webs out into the mess of webbing the way it could do on the clear catwalk. I
Great.
think we should roll initiative again because, well, hang on. What? So Dabwick catches sight of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does Dabwick keep going for it, or does Dabwick head back?
Dabwick would actually go straight to the catwalk, head straight west to get onto the catwalk
With it?
to engage the ettercap as soon as possible.
You're going to take it on by yourself?
Yep.
All right.
That worked out great the last time.
Why don't you go ahead and finish off your move, and then everybody roll initiative.
There's a trap between me and everything else.
Speaking of traps, Dabwick will make this move and finish with a perception check. Can I do that?
You may.
That's a 22.
Hang on to that for 1 sec. Let's get those initiative numbers. Dabs.
13.
And Gripper.
14.
And Vic.
22.
And Tima.
Saving the best for last. 5.
5.
Seems about right. You're still hanging out on that ladder, right?
I like it on the ladder.
Yeah, you never even got on the catwalks yet, did you?
Nope.
Everyone's
need.
hollering out trap, and you just
Yep.
I can blow things up. From
I
over
don't
here.
truck with traps.
Oh, is my spider climb still going on?
Oh, what's
I
the
forgot
duration on
about that one.
Was that not minutes?
That's either minutes or 10 minutes per level.
Okay.
Like, you're fine.
I was trying to remember, how did I get over here? Oh, right. I
You went
climbed over the
under.
That's
bottom
right.
of the thing.
Climbed over the bottom.
You heard me.
Seeing Spiderwick step out onto the catwalk, which has open space in the air, this new ettercap takes a 5-foot step forward and then blasts a jet of webbing at you from out of its mouth. Does a 30 hit you?
Yes.
Spiderwick is entangled in webbing. -2 penalty on attack rolls, -4 to dex, can only move at half speed, cannot charge or run. And then it's waiting there. So it's just blasted you with this gob of webbing from out of its foul, hideous mouth. It's waving its scythe arms, staring at you with its many glowing red eyes, and it seems to be holding tight in that position. Vic, you're up. You cannot see the fight happening, but you were clearly able to see Spiderwick head out into open space, kind of looking around, and then dart off to the west, and then you can hear the sound of scuffle and combat off where you cannot see.
So I'm still on the ground.
Still on the ground.
So I got to take a move action to get up.
I love it.
And then I figure I got 60 feet, and I'd like to make a perception check along the way as I go, looking at the different bodies sort of like bundled up, going, birds, bird lady, bird lady.
Okay. Give me a check.
Oh man, that's a natural 20 for a 30.
All right, show me your path of movement here. So head north on the catwalk.
Oh, wait a
And
minute.
you can move 60 feet at this point, can't you?
Yep. Boom.
So Vic heads about 20 feet north to where the catwalk takes a left-hand turn to the west, about 40 feet down the next stretch of catwalk, getting a little under halfway across the room. As you are going, the thing that does catch your eye is about 10 feet in front of where you've ended this move. You do catch sight of another suspiciously organized square of webbing on the ground of the catwalk and a particularly large bundle of corpses over that square. Something to note for next turn.
Excellent. I will also go trap.
That's the square. The square due west of him.
10 feet to the west of where he's at.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he's able to, he can trap, he can point that out, and as long as he's still in your sight there, Robert, Grip can see that.
I am gonna follow behind Vic, and will stop behind him.
Excellent. Heading to the north,
Yep,
veering
move
off to
to
the
there.
west, and then stopping behind Vic. All right, Spiderwick. What you noticed with your perception check is this square that the Ettercap conveniently stopped right in front of also seems to be directly under a huge heavy bundle of corpses overhead, as though it may have been
corpse
trying to
traps.
lure you into a dropping corpse trap. You're currently entangled. It's you're 20 feet away from it and all tangled up in webbing. What do you want to do?
I would like to try and get out of the webbing. Is that that's a strength check or a...
You can do either an escape artist or strength. It's a full round action. You could also, if you feel better about your odds, just attempt to bite them off of you.
Oh. Like attack the webs? Mm-hmm. Yes, I'll do that.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
6.
With a... You are able to tear the webbing off of you with your spider mouth. Still got a move action left.
Do something with your other mouth.
Spiderwick steps east out onto the webbing
Yes.
and crosses down, ready to take a 5-foot step and close with the Ettercap on the next turn.
Very good. Tima at the top of the ladder.
Tima's going to cast invisibility on herself
Zoom
and then move to here.
comes up on top of the catwalk, closest to where she knows the trap to be, but not stepping onto that space.
If there's something out there, boys, maybe you could lure it back here so we can all have a turn.
Round 2, Ettercap is up. Ooh, I forgot this.
No.
Give me a will save there, Spiderwick. You're inside of its fear aura.
That's a 27 total.
All right, you are good. So it steps into the square where you know the trap to be, and its feet nimbly avoid it as though perhaps it is one of the trap's creators. And let's see, it's going to unload on you with a full attack here. Here comes a bite. 21.
Miss.
First scythe claw. 17. And second scythe claw, 22.
Miss.
Dodge, dodge, dodge. Spiderwick is dodging in the air. Vic, you are up. Can you see that? Are they within your...
I can see Dabwick.
You can see Dabs. Okay. So you can see Dabs out in open air, clinging to the webbing, veering back from giant scythe arms that are crusting past their face. What do you do?
I will take a 5-foot step forward.
Yep.
And then I will spend my round disabling device, hopefully.
As you look at it, you can tell how complicated this is. Before you start working on it, you can tell it's going to take about 2d4 rounds worth of work to disable this device. Do you want to commit to that?
Nope. Vic would not be thinking that right now. Vic is in a dream. He's like, oh, just going to jump over this.
Easy peasy.
All right.
So you're able to get, from where you started, you're able to get a 10-foot headway. So this will just be a DC 5 to leap over that square. Acrobatics check.
I will automatically pass it.
Great. Success. You well, go ahead and roll it. See how far you jump.
All right. 16.
So you start running for 10 feet, and then you take a jump of 3 squares, landing 15 feet ahead of the trap, and you can continue your movement.
Awesome. Then I will just keep moving. That seems like a great place to hang out. It's right there. And I imagine I probably have to make some kind of save or something too, right?
You gotta make a couple of checks.
All right.
As soon as that thing came into view, as you hit the northwest corner, when the catwalk turns to the south, go ahead and give me a will save against the fear aura.
Bad dream. Bad dream. That's a 20.
Keeping
Or
it.
21 if this is extraordinary spell-like or supernatural ability of an aberration.
It is.
Then a 21, and I'm keeping it.
You are good. However,
I didn't look for the other trap.
correct. Oh, God.
Corpse ball.
So, when you hit the square about 20 feet to the south of that turn, you do hit a square, your foot lands on it, and suddenly there is a creak and groan of a piece of webbing from underneath your foot goes flying out into space, shoots up in the air, and what looks like a glom of like 30 or 40 bodies tumbles towards you.
Corpse trap! Corpse trap!
That's so gross.
26, does that hit your armor class?
It does not.
It does not hit you?
It does not hit me.
Because of trap sense or something?
No, it does not hit me just because my AC right now is 27. If I add in, let's see what Trap Sense adds in.
Don't get corpse juice in
I
your
love
mouth.
it. I love just the image of this
Yes.
column of corpses coming at him, but like, spreading out
Plus
around him, missing him altogether.
So my AC is actually 29 against that trap.
That is so awesome. So, like, Vic catches sight of this and just simply steps 5 feet to the south as a fucking avalanche of bodies boom, 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 and then tumble off the side of the catwalk and out into open space, and then they get caught in the webbing just below the
So they don't
sides of
fall.
catwalks.
They don't
If they
fall
fell
to
to
the
the
floor of the party.
Right, the spiders have that covered. They don't want to interfere with the festivities below.
Any more
Do I-
than they already were.
Do I then get to keep moving?
You can keep moving, my
Then
friend.
I will keep moving to the spot that I was at, and as I dodge deftly around the falling bodies, I go trap.
Robert, was that within Grip's view?
I can see Vic.
Okay,
Yes.
great. All right. So you are up, Gripper.
He's got a bead on the trap near him, right? That Vic leapt over.
He knows exactly what Vic was leaping over, which square. Yes.
So he's going to scuttle to the bottom of the catwalk since spider climb is still going on. And he will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He'll take a single move to here on the bottom of the catwalk.
to the junction at the northwest. Yeah.
That trap's sprung, so that one's not a factor anymore, right? The one that Vic
I
just
don't
set
know
off.
if
Or
Grip knows.
he might
either
not
way.
know that. Okay. But he would see that something was set off. Like,
Oh yeah.
so that
yeah.
he will stay at the bottom,
Oh my god. I just love this image.
and he's going to move underneath but kitty corner across from Vic.
This is so fun.
So he'll hang out at the bottom of the catwalk there, and that's his turn.
Got it. Spiderwick, you're 5 feet away from the Eder cap.
I'm going to unload a full round of bite attacks,
Nice.
which we're still hasted, correct?
Correct.
Ooh, first one rolled an 8. That's 14 to hit.
Keeping it.
Yes.
That's a miss.
Second attack. Here we go. This is better. 25.
Keeping that.
Yes.
Hit.
That's 8 points of damage.
And your bite is not a good or silvered weapon, so it takes just some of that. All right. Tima, so far away. Almost in another world.
She's gonna take a seat.
You're just hanging out?
Can you scan for Maudette?
I don't think Tima would do that. And she's not gonna not be Tima because if she doesn't know where the Eder cap is, and the whole reason Dora has her out is because she's immune to fear. But now that she's out, Tima doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Gonna pull out her phone.
She's there to kill stuff.
A moment of just getting to enjoy freedom.
Yeah.
Yes, in the darkness
In the
among
dark.
corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably fine with it.
It's all right. She's just looking at these big spider corpses. She's thinking about the ones she killed. Fuck it. She's good.
This is great.
All right, round 3. The Ettercap's territory has been invaded. It is going to take down Spiderwick. I don't think it's going to succeed. Fuck. 20 was the highest that I rolled in those 3 attacks. No, okay.
Yeah.
So it is biting and lashing with its scythes and starting now to question the wisdom of thinking it can take you down. Takes a 5-foot step back. Vic, you are up. You got a nice straight line there to the center cap down the catwalk.
Mudette, you don't look like any kind of bird lady to me. And I narrow my eyes at this final Ettercap, and I aim the original alchemical torch at it
Because you gave away.
because I gave away Vanity
Along with your blood.
along with my blood
Fucking douchebag.
and fire. 21 versus touch. Oh,
Keep it.
actually, they're not fighting each other right now, are they? Since
No, the
there's
Ettercap
five-
stepped back.
Then that's a 25 touch.
That's
I am keeping it.
That is a hit.
Right. 9 points of damage, and since I'm hasted, I rapid reload as a free action.
What kind of cartridge was that?
That is alchemical silver.
Takes all of that damage. And your hasted attack.
Yep. Oh man, that's a 32
Yeah, it's a hit.
for 7 points, and I'm going to spend my studied strike and add another 5, another 10 points to that.
And you blow it away.
Yay!
All right. From this vantage point,
Make sure it's dead.
easily done. So Dabu can step in and savage it to pieces and confirm that it has indeed died. Are you all now able? We'll drop out of combat at this moment. Why don't you make that concentration check, Katie, for Dora? Does she make it back?
Yes.
So those of you on the southwest there, are you able with your field of vision, Paul, to see the rest of the room? Do you have the whole room in your view now?
Yeah, there's no fog of war for me.
Okay. All right. So what would be the plan here? Like Spiderwick is able to see the rest of this catwalk system, and all looks like what you've seen before. Lots of gore, lots of tangled mats of webs, probably undoubtedly more trapped spaces. What do you think you're looking for up here at this point?
Any signs of life?
Any signs of life?
Yeah.
Great. Give me a perception check. Are the rest of you doing that too?
I'm going to pull myself up on the actual surface of the catwalk
Great.
and stick close to Vic because I don't know what's trapped and what's not.
Perfect.
Should we get Dora?
We probably should go get her.
I mean, this dream is way better with her here. Let's find her.
Grip cocks his head like a cocker spaniel. Huh?
Trap, jump that one.
What'd you get there for your perception check, Polly?
32.
Oh, okay. All right. So, 20 feet away from Dabwick, out in the open air, dangling from her feet over essentially near the center of the ballroom, amidst all of these corpses, you do see the sign of one human woman who's kind of like fitfully struggling inside of the captivity of the webbing, probably a little dizzy from loss of blood, but is definitely still moving, and it's the only sign of life that you catch out in this vast space of corpses.
Between my spidery shape and Grip's spider climb, can the two of us break her free and carry her to safety?
Grip cannot get out there. You are the only person right now that can get out there. What's your strength score?
Giant spider form?
Yeah.
It's 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be good. So you head out,
Amazing.
cut this woman loose from the webbing. Let me put her on the token layer there. You see where she's hanging out in space.
Maudette.
Yes. So you find this human woman.
We've got some bad news.
You won't be
You're not
dancing.
going to be dancing. She's traumatized.
I've got some art for you here as you're dragging her nearly unconscious body back over to the catwalk where she can stand, Dabwick. Young woman in her 20s, dressed in this real nice, like, blue and kind of, gosh, what would you call that?
Merlot.
Merlot-y
Yes, very
gown.
much Merlot.
She comes to staring into the face of a giant spider and fucking screams bloody murder.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Dabwick changes into Dabwick.
What?
Druid Dabwick or Dabwick Dabwick?
Dabwick. Good question. Yeah.
What's going on? What happened?
You're safe, miss. We saved you.
Who are you?
My name is Dabwick, miss. And this is my friend Vic and my friend Grip. And my friend Dora coming around the corner.
She is suffering from some... She has dexterity poison in her system. Do you have any anti-poison things? Nope. All right, so she's going to have to get help on her own. But she is...
Alive.
She is alive. She's basically fatigued, essentially, at this point.
You've had quite an experience. I'm so sorry, my dear.
Dabwick will cast Cure Light Wounds on her.
Great.
That's 12 points of positive energy.
Great. So she's looking exhausted, worn out, physically depleted, but she's not injured at this moment. Where even are we?
We're up above the party.
In the catwalk.
How did I get here?
Oh, it's a very strange tale. Very unfortunate. I fear the sunset waltz is approaching and you will not be able to dance.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, you didn't want to?
I had to say yes.
Well, you're excused.
Find yourself an apothecary soon. Take care of this.
I will.
We'll help you down.
I might need help down this 60-foot ladder.
Grip, this is our friend, Grip.
Hey.
I'm sure he'd be happy to help you down.
Hey, climb aboard. I'll take you down.
Right. Oh, awesome. So Grip descends the ladder with her draped over his shoulders. Yeah. Make your way back down to the floor, and you
That's all three of them, yes?
That is all three of them. You can turn her over to some of the staff there who can sort of take her away and, without mentioning why she might need the help of, she seems a little, maybe she drank too much.
Spider bite?
Something didn't agree with her. She just needs a little assistance getting home.
No one would ever mention why anybody needed any assistance.
Certainly nothing to do with spiders on the ceiling.
So the party is obviously still going,
Yeah.
still exactly as insane. 1,000 people in the room, hundreds of people crowding around you, globs of gore on the floor, cats,
Cats.
little gray cats everywhere. But you have spoken to the three people you were asked to speak to, and it does seem as though none of them are going to make a fuss about not being included in the Sunset Waltz.
So is this something where we can, get his attention from the floor and just give him a wink, like you're all good? Or do we have to get back in line
Well,
again?
we've got to get the ring from him.
Got to get the ring.
Well, I know, but I thought he'd probably want to do the dance first, since it's perpetually sunset.
At the moment, things seem as you left them.
Okay.
Let's try to get it and
We're
get
not
the
going to move
fuck
on
out.
until we go, so we have to get back in line.
So as you head back over to get in line, your pal, the asshole at the front of the line, Ebenezer Anthony Adel, the Viscount's Frivolity Dog's body, sees you all hesitating in the crowd. Do we really have to get back in line? Don't they know that? He does wave you over. I understand you are supposed to be sent back to the Viscount's presence if you accomplished what you were intended to accomplish.
We have.
Accomplishment accomplished.
Friends are friends, you know how it is.
It is good to be friends with the Viscount. Hey, you, step back! And he sort of ushers the line away from the area and clears a path for you to head back into the sludge up to the Viscount.
Yeah.
What sludge? There's no sludge.
See nothing.
My dear friends, it's so good to see you again. Do you bring me good news?
We bring you excellent news. You are clear and free to dance the sunset waltz with your beloved.
Oh, what wonderful news. Such wonderful news.
He gets this look of absolute wonder on his face, like a child passing an ice cream shop. And he rises slowly to his feet, and he's staring into the air directly above the center of the ballroom as you hear this very distant, oh God, what sounds like either massive and distant or small and close intake of air, like something has opened
spider in the entire world
between this room and somewhere else.
Oh, my dear friend,
He's looking up in space and seems very distracted.
I know I promised you something. What?
Yes, it was your ring.
The fucking ring.
Friends are friends, right?
Oh, of course. Oh, my goodness. My beloved is Nigh.
He's holding his hand. So obviously one of his I think he said he was going to send his valet, went and got a whole bunch of his. He's wearing like 5 or 6 different signet rings.
For all the people who are trying to get to the Mad Poet.
Right? That's his entire life. He's holding a finger on the ring, like he gets it about halfway off the finger.
Oh, my beloved is coming.
My dear friend.
Will you all be staying for the sunset waltz? It is nigh.
If we are welcome.
It is nigh. All are welcome. All of you will experience her in her full glory.
He's now got the ring off of his finger. He's distractedly holding in the air. Robert's fingers are twitching as he's trying to reach towards me as I'm miming this.
May I relieve you of that burden, sir?
Oh, yes. And, you don't look very good at all. You don't look up to snuff.
He's looking at the 2 people who have been blood drained.
Did something happen to you?
Oh, had a great dance.
Well, it was like such a good fucking dance. Could we just please move along?
Lady Splinterbone enjoyed her dance with them, friend.
Oh. Well,
He drops the ring into Dora's hand, and then he reaches down to his waist and starts undoing his belt.
It's very uncomfortable, friend.
so, since I won't be needing this much longer, my thanks.
He unfurls his belt,
You may make use of this.
and he extends a hand holding his very, very fine belt.
I'll take the fucking belt. Can we just go?
Yes, please, carry on.
Starts hawking up a supernatural barrage of black phlegm. It's now spraying out his mouth 20 feet out and 20 feet down to the floor, covering all of those people. It's like dozens of people now soaked in this black tar, and they are trying so hard to pretend this is not happening, but this is...
Is it affecting them? Is it infecting them? Or is it just
It just seems
gross?
disgusting.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it is disgusting.
It doesn't
But
seem.
is it making them sick?
Not
mechanically.
Not that you can tell, but also they seem sick with concern at how much concern they are showing.
Right.
So he sort of waves a hand at you as his pants are now kind of loosely slipping because he doesn't have a belt on, and he's staring with his arms outstretched, black tar vomiting out of his face as the roaring from above the crowd gets louder and louder.
Katie is dying of curiosity of what's coming through that ceiling, but maybe we should go find a quiet place where we can concentrate and wake the fuck up. What do we think, guys?
We run off the dais and
We've
go
got what we
behind.
need. Let's fucking go.
All right.
This is not part of the fucking
I mean, I really
equation.
want to know. But I feel like it's the apocalypse, so maybe we don't know.
You make your way
Maybe we
down
just live with that.
to the bottom of the east side of the platform as the roaring gets louder and louder, and is the plan then to just try to wish yourselves awake?
Yes.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Good luck to me, I guess.
Are you watching while you try to concentrate, or are you keeping your gaze averted? How are you doing this?
God.
Let me know where you're looking as you start this process.
I'm happy to look for the rest of us since I might have the highest
Grip is trying to
concentration
wake up. He is not looking at the
he
thing.
seems
He needs to focus on waking the fuck up.
Yeah. Spiderwick?
Watching. Dabwick's very curious. Can't help themselves.
Vic?
Vic has absolutely got his eyes glued to
Right, because of course.
to the
it's
Viscount. He's like,
right?
this is so wild.
best show I've ever watched. And Dora's watching too? Okay.
I mean, she has to because, like, what good is it for her to wake up and leave everybody here without her? Like, so she has to.
All right. Let's make that first round of concentration checks.
First round, he says, because no way are we all making it on the first one.
Let's start with Gripper because it's fun.
Okay, so blood drain happened in the dream, so I need to go off of that hit point total, right?
No, you are taking damage to your waking
To
body.
the waking body. So that is 78. No, 70, right? Because
Load it up, buddy.
Was damage taken?
You don't know how much damage you took
Yeah, you don't
from the ritual.
Right.
You know,
It's
that
no more than 12.
Barnabas and Stasi's practice is the instant you all fall asleep, they heal you up as much as they can. So, to our listeners, because we had this quandary of how do we let Robert and Katie make choices for Barnabas and Stasi about how much of their healing resources they use, but still not tell the four of you as players at the table how many hit points your waking bodies currently have. We rolled a whole bunch of scenarios off air, and now I just randomly I roll to see which one happened, and I know how many spells Stasi and Barnabas have cast.
Tell me again what the it's how many d6?
For every 2d6 damage you take to your waking body, the DC 25 drops 1.
1 for 2d6.
Such a bad ratio.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do 4d6.
Okay. So DC 23. Give me that check.
And this is a will save.
No, this is a concentration check. So it's basically your level plus your charisma modifier. So I think it's just your level.
So plus 7.
Yep.
Come on. No, that's a fail.
Dabwick.
That's a 2 on the die.
Oh man, that's rough.
Dabwick's concentration check, they rolled a 19 on the die. That's a 31 total.
Dabwick vanishes. Vic.
Vic is watching, seeing as the Count starts to maybe pull their pants down or something.
It's not quite
And
to
then-
that point yet. It's just uncomfortably. They're just uncomfortably
We
loose.
don't know that the taking off of the belt in his pants has anything to do with what's coming down, and I prefer to think that it
we
doesn't.
do. We do.
Only got a 15 because I'm still far too interested in what's going on.
And then, is Dora's plan to stay around till everybody's
No,
gone?
Dora's gone.
Dora's gone. She made the check.
27.
Okay. Okay, so
Is it just me and Vic that's
Yeah.
left?
To the two insane people.
This is wild.
This probably will help.
Not looking. I can't fucking look. I just
man.
got to go home. I got to go fucking home.
Grip is huddled down, pressing his face against the wall at the bottom of this giant platform,
buddy.
refusing to look.
There's no place like
refusing to
home.
look.
There's no place like home.
As Vic sees the darkness above the center of the hall part and a fucking 40-foot wide spider with 7 80-foot long legs, 9 red eyes, descends out of the ceiling with fluid gray. So I got a picture here.
Why does
What?
it only have 7 legs?
That's maybe a check some of you can roll.
I am going to make a check on that.
Did I see any of it before?
Nope.
Did I see any of it before we went?
Well, this is just...
Knowledge planes, knowledge religion, knowledge arcana.
We'll get there, Johnny.
Oh man.
You're going to take some sanity damage
Oh
first.
yeah.
So here's a picture for you all. Here is the beloved.
Ah,
The legs are 80
fuck?
feet long.
The fuck is
It's
this?
the apocalypse.
Okay, buddy. Let's roll will and check your sanity.
it's a natural one. Oh, that's a natural one. Oh, amazing.
I don't want to lose
Oh.
PCs on the very first of 7 fucking outings. Oh.
What happens?
Vic takes 8 points of sanity damage.
Oh
His
Oh,
madness
no.
is fully undormant again. He ain't doing great. Okay.
no. But he still doesn't care.
Because he doesn't
Because he
think
doesn't
this
believe
is
this is
happening.
real.
The spider is descending towards the party. Grip,
Yeah.
you want to pull out some of that mage's assistant and try this again?
Yeah.
Eyes closed. Eyes
Yeah.
closed. Eyes closed.
Right now, I'm at a max of 54 hit points.
Do 66, buddy.
66.
All right, so you're going to drop the DC down to 22.
So that would be a maximum of 36, right? If I took it.
Yeah.
So
Roll
all right,
that damage
I'm at a maximum of worst case scenario. I'm at 18. So the DC is
Can't
what?
read Rob's expression. He's rolling his dice and giggling like a fucking idiot.
But also, you don't know what any of that means. Because
So it-
again, he's a good
Yeah.
gambler.
All right, so it's this plus 7.
Okay, how hard
Come
could
on,
it be?
buddy. Come on, buddy.
So remind me what the mage's assistant does. It adds 5 to your roll. Is that right?
+5 to your concentration checks.
All right, so now you're going to roll a d20, add plus 12. We're trying to hit a DC 22.
So a
50-50
50%
chance.
14 on the
Yes.
die.
All right.
Now we've just left our insane rogue in the dreamlands with this fucking nightmare spider.
Johnny, before we make that concentration check again, why don't you give me that knowledge planes check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is the thing that drove me insane.
What is this
I know
thing?
what that
I
is.
recognize it.
Oh my god.
That's only a 16, so I probably don't know very much.
You had no idea what this magnificent beloved is.
But I did see Grip do the thing of like pull out the mage's assistant.
Yeah.
You're like, hey.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I
Right.
should probably do that too.
Right.
So I'll drink some too because Grip did it. Like that doesn't, you just kind of go along.
You
in
also
the
saw
dream
him
kinda.
refusing to look anywhere other than the floor.
So drink it.
I don't think Vic is sane enough to take damage to his body, right? Like, I don't know if he understands.
Oh no!
No.
I'm rolling.
You're just rolling.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to see what
absolutely.
happens.
I would not have taken the mage's assistant if I hadn't seen him do it and then be like, oh yeah, that's
Thing.
what I'm supposed to do. That's right. That's
I
how this
remember
works in the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul just has his head in his hands.
This is horrible. We're giggling like idiots, but he could die. Like, this is bad.
Yes. This shit's pretty bad.
That is an 18 plus 5, which is a 23.
That's not enough.
No, I know.
Can you use a couple points of inspiration on that or anything?
Can't use inspiration on concentration checks. We looked it up.
So,
Action point.
Well, I
talk me through it. What do you think?
all right. Well, here's my question. With the madness, I feel like maybe it's like a 50-50 thing of like any part of it, the reptile part of his brain like
Clicking
kicks
in. Oh, okay.
And like this is going from like good dream to like bad dream. Like
Wake up.
I don't want any part of this anymore.
That
kind
seems
of thing.
fair. Why don't you roll
So-
percentile?
I think we need
Say like a
new
50%.
So call it. Is
Fight or
is
flight
low
points.
good or high good?
High.
High is
High
good.
is always
So you want 51 or above.
Paul is holding himself.
This is awful.
Clutching my pearls that I don't wear.
That's a 42. So no, I don't spend it. So I'm here for another round.
I mean, at the very least, we get to see what happens at this party.
This is why we play the game.
Oh my god.
Count Brelin takes a rod
Oh my god.
holds it into the air.
Who's doing this?
The Count. The Viscount.
My beloved. Spew
spewing. Now the spray of black vomit is going about 40 feet out.
Are the soldiers, is everybody hanging around for this, or is everyone just running for the exits at this point?
Everybody is standing stock still.
You're supposed to pretend like nothing's happening.
And in the case of when his lover arrives, like, isn't she beautiful? Trying to do that.
God.
But the look, I mean, the look
This is
of
the worst episode of Doctor Who I've ever seen.
the look of terror on their faces. So he's got this rod in his hand, he's spewing black vomit, and then he floats up into the air, and now as she is descending, he is rising into the air, and it looks as though this waltz might happen over their, right above their heads in space.
Can you say waltz with air quotes, please?
Waltz, the air quotes waltz.
Demons below and spiders above.
That's right, my buddy. You got one more round here.
All right. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. I do get to keep the +5 alchemical, so that's good at least.
How long does that hang out?
For an
It lasts
hour,
for
I
like
think.
an hour.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great item. Yeah, it was worth the 6 months that drove him crazy.
And that is a 33.
All right.
So what is the last thing that he sees before, like, all of a sudden everything goes and splits, and
the spider is descending upside down. He is
just like in
ascending
Spider-Man, they're gonna kiss.
right side up. She jets a web out to connect somewhere in the darkness above the throne and swings towards him as he inverts his body upside down. They reverse positions, so she's right side up and he's upside down as they fly into each other's arms, and Vic wakes up.
Oh my God.
God. Oh. When you wake up,
Well, like, no.
Who wakes up first?
1, 2, 3, 4. Vic.
You guys.
So Vic comes to, sees Stasi and Barnabas. At some point, after like 6 hours, you probably start to see them writhing a bit. You can tell, like, okay, something's starting to happen. They're going to start waking up.
Do they just see Grip take a metric fuck ton of
No,
damage, or does that happen
Not
upon
yet.
waking?
Happens upon waking.
Jesus.
Vic wakes up. Everybody else is sleeping. Barnabas and Stasi are there. This is the dream.
Oh man, I just missed the good part. Oh, that was wild. Well, they'll be back in a second. Oh, Grip you might need to help Grip though.
As
Stasi goes to Grip.
30 minutes later, Grim starts bleeding like mad. His blood vessels are opening, his skin is tearing as he takes 41 points of damage.
I'll get this one if you wait and make sure the others are okay.
Next is Dabs. Dabs, you come to in the midst of them tending to the bloody heap that is Grib. And Dora is the last to wake on this morning after a successful foray into the Dreamlands. Let's try another one next week, shall we?
God.
It's the end of chapter 106. We'll pick it up here next time. Whoa.
That was tense.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's PAIZO.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's SYRINSCAPE.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
Click the tab. Click the skills. Can you find skills?
Oh my god! Did you?
Yes.
Did you find that? Find the skills. Find the skills. Find the skills.
Are you looking on your sheet?
Are you even in
Have you
Roll20,
tried
bro?
turning it off and turning it on again?
Oh, I didn't mean to click tell me more. God damn it.